All right, family, what's going on? Welcome back. Welcome back. Back again. Hey, triple stream, not double. B&Z builds. Yes, catching up after a goated weekend of cooking in Colorado. Part
Can you
two.
hear me?
As we up
Oh
earlier.
shit.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you not hear me? Am I doubled?
Hmm.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Now I can hear you. Sorry. I don't
Day
know what's happening.
184 going
Oh
strong.
shit, you
So we got
started.
my guy Better Call Z in
Let's
this
do it.
building. For sure. So yeah, we're gonna build a little bit, catching up after a goated weekend. My guy was spending his V-Day weekend cooking, building, growing over in Boulder. So yeah, the AI situation, vibe coding, prompt coding, whatever we're calling
Yeah.
it, building with AI situation has just exploded over the past month, really. And yeah, everybody's building some cool stuff. So Z was out there. He's got major alpha. Was talking with some big brain devs out there over the weekend. So I'm excited that we're finally sitting down and having this combo. Might even get into a little building right now. But Z, how you feeling, man? What's good? I know you ready to hit the ground running. What's going on, man?
Yeah, dude, I'm doing good. Yeah, just excited about what the future of this technology can be because I think there's different parts of the space that have been challenging, and there's a lot of people that had similar thought processes to me. Then at that area, right? Like just ethos in general. Maybe not
Hmm.
necessarily talking about artists, but like the general space. And it was really cool to see that. So definitely a lot of interesting discussions, but also just like interesting formatting around communication and organization,
Okay.
which was pretty cool. And I also got a chance to see the folks that kind of helped me in my initial few months out in PDX, the whole PDX DAO crew,
Sick.
defunct now, the PDX DAO crew, but people who like got me into the more refi space. And it was really cool to see like the regenerative finance concept and how people were thinking like about Ethereum localism, which is now something like I didn't realize that concept was something that I am doing and thinking towards, but it is. And like, it was cool to just like then be a part of that like discussion of people who've been thinking about that for a few years. And then thinking about like our hub is a lot smaller, very small metro area like everyone else's, as it is working from bigger populations. But
Right.
I think there's a lot of good opportunity, and that's why I'm excited to kind of start pushing towards having a local event here, and then really pushing around a lot of different ways of bringing everything that we're doing to this local main culture, tapping in like on the regenerative. They have a regen hub out there in Boulder, which was really cool. So like I would love to go back out to Boulder. I loved it. I
Yeah.
haven't. I don't know. I think I visited 8, 10 years ago. And then I went through uh went through Denver to ski a couple of years ago, but never through like Boulder and spending time there in that much. So it was just a beautiful area, being in the mountains like that. Definitely a great spot and for like energy and like a conference. Yeah, I had a great time. Lots of
Sick.
cool
That's awesome.
discussions. And let me pull this thing up
I,
here
I believe that. I believe that.
to explain that. So
And Z, that wasn't your first like hackathon type of vibe, right?
it
You've been to a
was,
couple of those situations. Oh, it was?
but it wasn't a
How was
normal
that?
hackathon. So
I
that's
believe
the thing.
that.
So there was a demo at the end, which I didn't get to because I was only there for the first 2 days, unfortunately. But fortunately, I
Yeah.
made it out there. Very grateful. Um, and I did build a couple things. But the cool thing was the hackathon was kind of like, here I pulled something up. It was
Let's go.
this platform which is called Bonfires, and what
Mm,
Bonfires is a knowledge graph of the conversations that were had at the event. So what that means is we can kind of go into here and see some of these different hubs and see kind of what different people are connected or thoughts or ideas. And throughout the event, people could message the Telegram bot either one on one or in the group chat, and could add people's talks, could add people's side conversations that they want to add into the knowledge graph. So it's pretty cool here, and we
nice.
can do a little search for Zal because I was enjoying playing around with these. So like I have this little cluster and hub here, and then some other ones peppered throughout, and as well as like we can search Zao. And then there's this Zao fractal voting system, because that's the project I worked on kind of like at the start of the hackathon. And part of all of that was also forking this Bonfires app and creating our own. So I have created a place where, let me see if I can pull it up. Perfect. Okay. Share this tab instead.
There you go.
So I created my own little kind of page for it. So my goal here eventually is to get this more involved with our local ecosystem, and making our own like Zao fractal, especially knowledge graph. But right now it is tied in with the ETH Boulder knowledge graph, and essentially no post that I saw really much other than Maseo and Swarthy Hatter were on Farcaster about ETH Boulder. So I wanted to make an easy way that you could share insights and stuff to ETH Boulder, and then also had a little knowledge graph page with a little more UI that you can kind of, if it'll load, see what the most recent contributions were.
Yeah.
And eventually cast out from there about some of
I
these
got
things.
sold
And
in the
then,
building. Good to see
what's
you,
up?
What's the word? Just chilling my guy. Better call Zol. Yes.
So yeah,
Have
it's just a
never
lot of cool
indicated.
stuff. And then I was just able to add in all these things all on my own, right? So I can add a note here about anything, and then start just like building our knowledge graph. So I'm excited to play around with it and see what we can do.
You saw that. Better call
Yeah.
Zol is such a good name. Facts.
It is. Someone took my here, I can stop sharing this. Someone took my photo from our fraternity of our portraits and put it on a Better Call Saul image, and then flipped the S around to be a Z. And then I was like, damn, that's hilarious. It's not a bad name. And then I changed it to my Instagram name to that at some point, I think.
There you go.
And it was a Flames name. Not gonna lie.
Funny. That's funny. Love
Yeah,
Breaking Bad,
dude,
bro.
Breaking
Yeah.
Bad's such a good show. Exactly.
man.
And the Better
So
Call
what
Saul
else?
is even better, which is kind of crazy. What are you saying?
I still haven't even seen it. I need to though. I need to
You
watch it.
should. We should somehow do a recap.
Yes,
Like
sir. He's also
like
hopping in the streaming realm for sure.
yeah.
Yes. So yes, absolutely. Big Bill.
See,
Right, so
he said you gotta.
gotta watch the whole series.
Yeah.
Like it's not complete without
Dude, it's better. Like
Better
no,
Call Saul, right?
but the thing is, you probably have to like rewatch Breaking Bad because you don't remember shit. Like you should definitely watch
that's
like a
true.
recap of Breaking Bad for Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
Watch, because there's the reason it's so goated is because the same producers who are insanely talented spent 5 years making Breaking Bad, and then spent 6-7 more years spent like building Better Call Saul, which is like how much time, like they were older, they were more experienced, and it's a prequel in the sense that like sometimes there's this like interesting Easter eggs that you're just like, it just builds a lot more to the world building of how everything happened. I would do an Among Us collab with OnaGB especially.
Heck yeah. Yeah. We're gonna have to hop
That would
in
be
with
fun.
Sold here soon. Yeah. For sure.
When that
I was-
came
I was
out, it
talking-
was
I was
all the
thinking
rage.
about-
Sorry, what were you saying?
I was thinking about is his name Vince Gilligan or something like that?
Yeah.
He have you seen Pluribus, his newest show?
I've heard from you is good though.
Yeah. It's pretty solid. So I'm
Pluribus.
excited to see like season 2 of that whenever that comes out. But
Hell
yeah, I'm
yeah.
gonna have to check out Better Call Saul. So you installed Claude Code recently, huh?
Yeah, so that was the beginning of the hackathon. That was like that first hour. and then I started working on the Fractal bot. I did something that like I've been pushing off for like 3 to 6 months, and like just making it better. And it like that day, in less than 24 hours, I was done like upgrading it to what I wanted it to do, which was
There you go.
like a real good upgrades for what I wanted. And then I was able to test it out yesterday, which was awesome.
Sick.
And I would love at some point if you wouldn't mind just staying in my Discord on a deafened after this so that I can continue to test it, because that's
All
one
right,
of
for
my
sure.
biggest challenges, because I do just need to pop in one of my other Discord accounts or like find it like or make
Yeah.
one. But for now, like it's kind of tough to test things when it's when it's just one person.
One person solo.
But I've added like the features to add people by like tagging them as well and stuff. So maybe I should
Fire.
just add in a test feature that adds 5 fake people. But yeah, I definitely want to test it out. I think there's a lot of fun things. Does 7 include Onaji sold? But yeah, dude, it was big brain as fuck.
Tight. That's dope, man. I'm still trying to wrap my head around like
Oh, and then the
what to build,
unconference
what we
part.
can-
So
So I
that was
didn't
the
hear
other
you.
cool
He
part.
said, so he was reading your chat. He said you want 10 small streamers for the collab. I think we're at like 7. He said that 7 include me on IGB.
Fuck.
That's what he was asking.
Yeah, that is what I said. Thank you. So I do want to show you the other part, which is pretty cool.
Heck yeah, let's throw that up.
So
I still didn't hear it. I'm crying. I'll type it in.
Is Onaji part of your 7, or with me and him would that make 9 or 8? That's the question. This platform essentially gave you the ability to propose a session, and everyone got up to, I guess I'm not signed in here, everyone got 100 points, and you could do votes for different people, and then it could be added into the schedule. They scheduled like open time, essentially flexible time at the different venues, and that was a really cool part of it.
It's fire.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm going to try and fork this as well for something for what we could do, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I have a couple cool ideas. It was just like cool to see all the ideas flowing. Yeah. Oh, I do have something though separately that I do want to do when you're ready and have a minute, because I have a package here that I need to do an opening for.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, let me see. I can probably maximize this. Okay. But yeah, do you have any questions out of all the things I sent you, the things I tagged you? And you have to watch Shaw's talk, I think.
I did.
We could watch it together. Like that. Honestly, that's what I wanted to do. Because there was a couple things I wanted to look up, but I was like, oh, this is so
I think the last time I tapped in with Shaw or on Den, he was still building that like Web3 blockchain open world game. Is that what he's still doing, or is he?
Dude, it wasn't even that. See, that's the thing. It was more just like an open conversation of like what he thinks. Because he was literally like, I'm up here to talk about Eliza V2, but like in the last 2 weeks, like my talk's irrelevant, like because of the OpenClaw stuff. And I'm just gonna like have a frank discussion with people of like what I think. And it was very like, again, just like the ethos thing. Like, okay, so boom. But yeah, so it was cool. This is my point. Boom, down.
What you got there? It's blurring it.
I know. We got to turn this off. Visual effects. Bang. Okay.
W background.
So, what I just got in the mail is honestly the culmination of years of work. Honestly, one of the first NFTs that I have bought that I actually think like after years and years, this is like something I have physically gotten from that Web3 community, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it's really dope. And what it is a Web3 storybook by the communities. And
Oh, snap.
if you look,
You
right
in there?
there.
I see it. Yep.
You can see the
The Zao
Zao.
for sure.
Boom. So yeah, it's pretty
That's
cool.
hard.
All of the fam right there. One of the first NFTs I bought to be a part of this. I'm excited to read our portion. I guess we can go in and find it and then read it out loud. But it's a whole
Yeah, it's
storybook,
fire.
so I'm curious. Right, you know, let's go to the Zao is the chapter title. Oh my goodness. I think it's supposed to be like semi children's booky too, right? So like,
Right.
because it's a family, very big family. Okay, let's go to the Zao. Boom.
Listen, wait,
That's
that's
awesome.
sick.
That's so
Wait,
sick.
hard, dude.
Yeah. A rising tide raises all ships, said Zol. Oh, perfect start. Okay, this is really long. I'm not gonna read the whole thing out right now, but it's fucking dope.
Heck
Yeah. I need to read the whole thing, but this is cool. It's wow. Yeah, just really exciting seeing all the different people that I've been interacting with for the last 2 years, all in this
Heck yeah.
like beautifully illustrated book. So definitely get yours today. I think
Fire.
it's on Amazon potentially.
Sick,
I
dude.
might have to find a link, but yeah, it is cool to be on it. And yeah,
That's a new
that's
thing
banging.
in blockchain and Web3. These communities and building IP. It's like we're doing things that people would have never thought of doing. You know, and like a book of communities. It's too sick, dude.
100%.
I know Jam, one of the Onaji fam, he did the cover for God, what's her name? Linda. Where she did like an NFT, a Web3 artist and like, people to know and things like that. Her book is published in Amazon and Barnes and Nobles and all that good stuff as well too. It's so sick seeing like physical goods come from communities in Web3 and building and emerging tech, man. It's nuts.
Dude, right? Another thing I got, damn, it is upstairs. I kind of do want to go get it because it's the first pair of like nice ones I got. But I got a pair of Noggles, a fresh
word?
set of Noggles. Yep, some red ones. So that
That's
goes well
sick.
with our recent purchase of the Noun, our collective
Yeah.
Noun. And yeah, that was another awesome part. Got to connect with Zen Shorts and Humpty a bunch throughout the whole weekend. On-chain creators, creating the on-chain creators rally. That was a really cool opportunity to showcase Incented as well. And they did a lot of different. This is actually a perfect time to showcase a bunch of this stuff real quick because it has 2 pieces of content that I made. And Incented is the platform that we are launching our different campaigns with to earn some. Let me share it. Damn. Share. Incented. Boom. Okay, so on-chain creators rally. They have one for Denver as well. So if you are in Denver, you should definitely explore it. But let's go into the on-chain creators rally. So it is a 3-day event, which was just an activation where you could post any submission on chain or off chain, and 10 people each receive $50. So 25 people, different people applied, and then you can use this Dolder, which was there's this funny clip of Vitalik apparently saying that, and it's actually very entertaining. So yeah, I guess that's a coin, and that was what the voting rewards were, so people could vote with that. And then let's go down to find mine. I made a couple. This robot fight one, and then the builders one. The builder one was just like me and a bunch of selfies of different people I met, which was a lot of fun. But the one I want to show you, which I made, which I thought was one of the most fun things we did, was this robot fights. Oh no. Did I? Oh, okay. I submitted a link. I see. So share this. Nope. Okay. So
you keep on running around with other women.
there's these little bots.
I've had enough of these.
which was really cool to see people. It was people controlling them, and a bunch of different people. Basically, they had 10 different rounds, and people could bet on the different rounds, and people who bet gotta control it for other different rounds than the ones that they bet on.
Week.
And it was just an opportunity to just showcase their bots, and it was honestly very entertaining. There's a couple videos potentially of me like trying to get a video of it, and then also like holding the chair while the bots are right up against me. But
That's funny.
but yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I think there's a lot of cool things that we connected with in the last week that I think that really remotivate me to be able to think that this interoperable thing that we're doing is actually possible. Like people are building at a scale for ecosystems, and it's not just like what like people that I think are similar to us are not like one in a million in that crowd. So it was cool to just like see people thinking at a higher level of those things and just like soaking up so much information myself, and then never mind like now after the fact digesting that.
Sick. Heck yeah. I can only imagine, man. Smooth in the building. What's good, family? How you doing? Sold sent the video to the IG. Okay, appreciate you. Check that out most definitely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Z, it's a lot. It's a lot going on out there, man. I've been trying to dabble and like ramp up my prompt coding, use the different tools and stuff. I'm always on the hunt for like free-ish tools. I think especially in the prompt coding side, it's like you kind of have to pay if you're going to be utilizing these tools, like, you know what I mean? More so than just the straight LLM bots on the free tiers, especially you'll hit these coding limits real quick is what I've been kind of fighting and stuff like that. But some of these companies out in the East are picking up some big steam. Like I was playing with the Kimi bot, doing some coding in that. It's crazy. The Minimax thing, I think I sent you that joint. Cooking up that page for JV, like insane. And that was like a couple hours.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was definitely impressive. I heard about it from one of the podcasts that I was listening to, and I'm actually interested to see how it, like, it seems like you've really liked. So is that like a free tier that you've been using?
Yeah, nothing I've been using has been paid. Nothing, literally nothing.
Yeah, so I definitely want to start playing around with more of these open source LLMs because I'm hearing they get better and better, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I think Cloud Code has been really entertaining to play around with. Some of these other tools, like I'm trying out the OpenCloth through a platform, but it's doing an OAuth authentication, which I kind of like a little bit more. I think it's called TrustClaw. I saw it on X by this individual who seems to be a real person. So I don't know, fuck, bro. Like, but in the end of the day, I just connected my GitHub to it. So like, I mean, all my code is open source anyways. And like nothing of mine is like production enough that like people could fuck with it that would be bad. So yeah, I'm excited to start building things. And it seems really cool because other OpenClaw connections are not just OAuth connections. So it's like be able to like sever that from the other platform's end at any time you want.
So
yeah, dude, the tools are crazy.
Yeah, that's a good question. I was gonna update the title. I should have just put him in there, but it's Better Call Saul over on the Purple app.
Just let me spell it. That's why I pulled up Twitch. I was wondering.
Yeah. Mans.
Dude, yeah, so it's dope.
Running in the background. Go ahead. What?
I was just gonna say, yeah. I mean, we like. Do you want to pop in this Discord and see if your wallet pops up? Since your name is Onaji, and I think you're in there as Onaji, or you might be in there as Onaji B. But I haven't set up like. I've set up our Discord to now register the wallet addresses and pre-populate the link so that it hopefully is only a one-click link to now submit on chain. So that was like the thing I wanted to build. And yeah, I mean, we don't have to try it right now, but at some point, I would love to, even this week, later this week, since you weren't there for the Fractalbot during maybe a more available time. We could rock a Zao Fractal.
Yeah. All right, bet. That's what's up. You have a show sold? Yeah, we've been on that. We've been on that action. We've done a bunch. Actually, I think
We're
Better
just
Call
an
Saul
hour
was my
late today. I just haven't been.
right?
I just haven't
My
been.
biggest collaborator.
Uh,
So yeah,
the
we
goal
done the whole
here
sharing
also,
chats and all
I
that stuff.
do want to eventually like push the Twitch at some point. I'm gonna spend
Yeah,
time doing that. But that's solely for the reason of like I want to start connecting my Twitch up with the Wave Wars when we do collab. Like because he's streaming twice a day, every day, right? Monday through Friday. So and like we don't get any viewers there because it's not an active like watching Twitch. But
yeah,
but yeah, I mean, like once you get to a certain point, it doesn't matter. So it'd be cool to see that happen with Twitch. And just it'd be another distribution platform in addition to the other ones.
yeah. Ocello's
Ha!
in the
Oh my god,
building.
just an hour.
Right. Ocello's in the building from the Tech Bud community. It's good to see you, family. What's
Yeah,
up? What's
let me
up?
follow you guys
Thanks
out.
for pulling up. It's me and Z. Just building, we're just talking, vibing, catching up from over the
So what are you?
weekend.
So you said Minimax is what you're building with right now,
Mhm.
and
Well, and
where
Kimmy, I
and
was running into
where
some.
does one acquire those tools?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's see. Minimax. Well, I saw the Minimax news, the new M2.5 or whatever, on X, of course. Onaji, what's your actual name for us to call you? You should have been here when Smooth was in here. He was leaking it. It's on the screen. But no, I'm Brian. I'm Brian from Onaji, man. Onaji B, that's me. Let's see, Minimax. I think it's just .io. Yep, it is. Minimax.io. Let's see. I'll pull it in there.
It's
The one thing I do hate, and I talked about it the other way. Oh wait, yeah, you did say. Right.
Oh wait, there was two things that were like things I would like. Okay, my only frustrations or like complaints. It's not even complaints. Observations. And maybe it was my job to do it once I realized it. But there's zero things on Farcaster, like I said, and then everyone was sharing their telegrams, which is like, man, what is this? Or is this what we're really doing here? But yeah, so that
What do you
is one
mean?
thing. Although, like technically, everyone's Telegram, if they uploaded to the website, was on there, is what I realized. So I need to reconnect with some people that I
Oh,
didn't get. But like people, no, but people were just sharing their Telegram QR code, and I was like, "What's your best?" Like, I got like maybe like under 10 people on X. More after I found them, right? Like some I knew before, but like 20, maybe 15 people all on Telegram, zero on Farcaster, no posts over there as well. So like it was interesting to just see like the Ethereum, the hardcore like regen Ethereum community is just like hard on that Telegram still, like because that's just what they're used to. I think it's just like habitual as well, right?
yeah,
And so many group chats, I'm sure,
yeah, for sure. For
because
sure, for
like
sure.
I came into 2022 and I have too many group chats, so like I can't imagine. But
Yeah,
I
and for me,
installed.
like I've seen. It's funny too because I see a lot of people that will like somebody left, this person left, this person left, and I never leave them. I just if they die off and they're inactive or whatever, but I never leave the group chats. I don't know.
Oh,
It's just a thing with me. It's just like I might miss something. Something might pop off. Some activity, and it's a good judge of how the market's going too. Like if I see a bunch of activity in Discord servers or group chats that weren't really active, I know something's coming. Something's up. So I mean, it's just a little like you know precursor market sentiment type of thing that I
signals, yeah,
watch. Yeah,
that's
exactly.
valid.
Exactly.
I have um too many Discord servers that like I just mark as red in a folder that like I probably could get
There you
rid of
go.
some of them, but and like I probably don't need a lot of them, but like just so it happens like you see an announcement that like matters or something that's interesting, right? So that's the thing. There's too many platforms in the end of the day, but that's what we're gonna get more and more into. So it's like How do
Mhm.
we make the platforms talk with each other so that when we all build our own platforms, they're actually interoperable? And I think that was a big discussion as well, that like interoperability part.
That is funny. Shout out to y'all bonding in chat. I love it.
There's no way that you guys were actually both born on April 1st. That'd
Why?
be wild.
I know a couple people born on April 1st.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
I know.
But those two,
Yeah. I don't know. Just like in general,
you
maybe,
never know. It's
maybe
only
they seem too
365 days.
excited.
It's not that
They,
important.
they
It's not
seem too
impossible.
excited. Well, have you heard of the birthday thing? Like,
Nah, what birthday?
in a room of 24 people, the likelihood of two people having the same birthday is like 90 something percent,
In a room of how many people?
like 30 or 28. I don't know.
Yeah, I
It's
believe
just, it's just, but it's like some like crazy exponential growth kind of statistic.
that. The other part too, also being a parent, humans aren't super innovative when it comes to when they are having children, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But no, like it's too funny because I believe people when they say their birthdays or whatever, all that good stuff. I have step twins, and I don't know anybody else that has step twins. So that's like one of like my two truths or a lie thing that I yeah, I'm for real, for real. Yeah. I got step twins, which is a interesting story in
How
itself.
many
but-
siblings do you have in total?
Siblings? I got one sister.
Oh, you mean as kids?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Yep.
Step twins
Mhm.
from your current partner.
My,
How does step
my
work?
yeah,
I don't know.
my
I'm
child,
confused.
and then yep.
Okay.
One of my stepchildren, same birthday. They're step
Oh,
twins.
oh.
So I have
I
step
see.
twins, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's too
But they
funny.
weren't born in the same location.
They actually were. They actually were same hospital, same day.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, too funny. I was when you were talking
Dude,
about
this are you guys? No way are they born on the same
Nah, they're
exact day
clouded.
now, right?
Clouded.
Wait,
He said USA, sadly.
Facts.
Mm-mm.
But I'm grateful.
W Netherlands.
Netherlands. That's a country I want to visit. What's a place you want to go? If you could,
I want to go everywhere.
yeah,
But
but one
I
place.
definitely want to tap in. But if I do any overseas traveling, I'm definitely going to the continent first. I'm going to, probably, I don't know, Nigeria or something. There's so many people that I'm tapped in with, Nigeria just from Web3 in these past like 4 years, Just building
Well,
networks
I
like
think
that's
Swarthy Adder's
crazy.
trying to make a trip out there in November,
Is he?
December, so could work that in.
Yeah, that would be
I
kind of fire.
It would be cool. Yeah, I think I would love for some of the folks from Nigeria to also come in October to the event. Like Generic and Jed would be cool to get them out. And yeah, it'd be cool to see if we can also find a good place where we could get maybe some of Daniel's art displayed,
Mhm.
which would be pretty cool. But I think we could do that either way.
He said, "Come." How do you say that? Frisia? I'm not tapped in. I'm not
Yeah, where
tapped
is
in with
that?
the Netherlands like that. I don't even know if that is. I'm assuming, but yeah, man.
North
Yep, North
Netherlands.
Netherlands. Fire.
Very cool.
Yeah, you know me.
But
being,
yeah.
In the U.S., my geography is not that great. The U.S. is we're the greatest place in the world. Don't worry about everywhere else. That's what they teach to our kids out here, right?
Yeah.
Missing out on seeing the world. That's all good.
North USA.
So what else? So when you were talking about like platforms and stuff,
Yeah.
a little bit dabbling on this sup.net, but this dude reached out to me and he said he's like one of the co-founders, Chris, but he's like a anonymous avatar or whatever. But I was asking, I was like, cool. He's like, let me know if you have any questions, feedback, need help, make it.
Send me share the. Yeah, oh, so you can't share screen?
I can actually. Yeah.
You want to try sharing that? Because I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I got you. see what we got here. I don't know if I'm gonna. Should I share his? Yeah, screw it, whatever. He'll be fine. Leak the DMs, no problem. Leak the DMs. Just playing. So yeah, sup.net, which I don't even remember. I saw it on X, but I don't remember like what type of vibe it is. But I just been posting like clips, of course, just going heavy on that side. But it's been getting some views, like, 20, 30 people.
Hmm.
That's probably like, there's not that many people over here. I think they do some like Thursday segments or something, like a call. I don't know if it's a live stream or if it's just like audio only or whatever. But basically, they have AI is heavily integrated in this, and they call them patches. So all of the AI tools and prompts and whatever apps that they're building, they're just calling patches, and then everything's in there. So, but they have stuff that's, of course, Nana Banana video stuff.
Huh.
Actually, what did I do in here? Trying to animating, like uploading the UVR sticker, and it did something like something like that. I was like, okay, interesting. Spinning around the W. So I was like, okay, that's okay. We're getting somewhere. Um, doing some grids for some what you call it, emotes and stuff.
Huh.
But yeah, so he hit me. Chris, co-founder of SUP, thanks for joining. If you have any questions, feedback, and stuff, say cool, sounds good. I was like, I'm just not crazy technical, so I don't know I'm fully understanding like AI apps within the social network. It's like it's still even like on the Farcaster side and the mini apps and from the ecosystem from Frames. Like I get it, but I'm like I wouldn't know what to build in that realm. So I don't know. He's just like, yeah, it can be a lot. Generally, we're trying to make play.
Ooh, can you introduce me to him? Because I have this idea that I've been like holding in, like as an
You got
entrepreneurial
you
idea
got to set up
since
an
before.
account. Get
I
on
should.
here.
I should. You can make a group chat. But basically, this idea it's called meme chat in my head, and it's just a simple idea of like being
Oh
able
shoot!
to.
What happened?
It's a simple idea of being able to like essentially capture memes from different social platforms, share the links, and get them like embedded easily. Like just like make it viewable well. So like I don't know how that would be done, but I feel like that could be so powerful. Like because I would use that as a group chat with some of my friends if it was like good, and I could say like, okay, I have like on social media, I have like 3 or 4 platforms or 3 or 4 friend groups that I have at least multiple platforms as group
Right.
chats, right? Like whether you look at Telegram or others. So I think it could be really cool to have
Yeah.
like a central place, whether it's just memes or not, but like easily embeddable links from other places that like a WhatsApp um competitor in a sense, but you don't necessarily need a phone number to sign up.
Yeah. It's
I
cool.
don't know. Could be interesting. Could be maybe just
All the things. Build all the things. There's no better time than now.
so what is there anything so it's the AI apps in the social feed. Interesting.
So yeah, so they have like this. So this just pulls like a random video game cover from older archives. So that's okay. That's cool. One of the big steps forward with AI is that now everybody can code. Anyone can make a program. So they got the little use a patch or make a patch or whatever. For some new people joining, you can create whatever chat you want. Here's some existing ones, like the patch creators, technical questions and stuff, software. So it's like heavy devs in here, which is cool. That's that sub stream I was talking about every
Huh.
Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, and I was like, I love that. This is what I've been doing with Vibe Code, and I sent him that JV thing. He ain't sending back. So I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to do with AI, bro. Like, I mean, I'm like over the make images and make videos and stuff. The coding side is cool, but I just don't know everything I can do with the coding side.
Yeah, I mean, even on the make images and make video side, for me, like I know I'm never gonna be the good at that compared to like people that do it more regularly. So like whether or
But
not
like,
it's
yeah,
good or anything, like I know that's not a lane that I personally could attack. So like
mm,
less interested in using AI for that. Like, but like you said, on the coding side, like I've always been semi interested in code concepts, but I never really liked the syntax part of code. So
mm,
ever since AI has kind of like come onto the scene and I've started vibe coding with all the different tools and different capacities, um, I've noticed that I've been really excited about thinking about those concepts and just like communication is such a big part of that. And it's just like ups my ability to do what I want to be able to do and teach different individuals as well, potentially
yeah,
more of what they can kind of think of and potentially want to build out there that it could potentially be possible. So
yeah. It's cool. It's crazy. Sky's the limit, man. It's cool, and I think we should get more and more people just diving into this realm, man. I treat everything like an art medium, and this is no different. I think we're gonna see some cool innovation when more and more people are thinking out the box, maybe not having that like traditional dev lens or whatever, and we're gonna see some crazy stuff.
yeah, well, last thing I can share, and then we can chat a little bit more how everything's going on your end, and then depart because I do want to like at some point build our next application and website of like some of the things that we've done together in the past, some of the things that we're doing, and then just start a basic resume kind of for both of us as well, like on that, which I think would be a
Yeah,
lot of fun, especially if we could like it'd be cool if we could both put our wallets on it and put on-chain comments on our website under specific NFTs to help organize and arrange it, you know?
mm, that's right.
But that's pretty
Yeah,
complicated, so
a little bit.
we'll see.
I mean, would we need like? Well, I don't know. Would we need
Yeah.
like? Yeah, that is. Yeah, it's probably kind of.
I need to talk to more people in my network because there's like layers to it that are interesting. But I definitely would like for you to watch that Shaw video. Otherwise, like next time we go live, like I would watch it with you because there's a couple things specifically he said, and then I actually do want to share one thing that was like the biggest achievement I think of the
Heck yeah.
weekend. Um, but let's see, 1, 2, 3. Oh no. Um, the one thing I really liked was
So that's Noun Space. Now I'm going to talk about what we
oh
just
shit.
launched. We can
So this is Willy Wonka's talk. He's been building Noun Space, which is really cool, and an awesome platform that we actually launched a community space on in the last
so
week when I
because
was
I
on a
deployed
call with
this, I'm
him.
going to log in, and then I'll have the ability to
So
tab. And now you can see there's a customize button in the top
this is Nars
to
DAO.
embed on. So far, just in the past week and a half of inviting token communities, and we want to help these communities add more utility. That can be a great revenue opportunity, both for these communities and for blank space in a way that doesn't cost the communities can have their own fully customizable platform. We've also got Nars DAO, which I gave a little demo of earlier. Clanker Space, a space for system for the entire Clanker ecosystem. There's the Ball community who's here today as well.
Hey,
We just did multiple.
Which is
fire.
pretty sick. So yeah, first shout out Zabal has done now in 2 months what the Zao has not yet to do still. So yeah, no, pretty cool to be on a main stage there, get a little, love for the community and things we're doing, just like trying out different things. And I'm excited because got a chance to chat more with Willy Wonka, got a chance to like really meet some folks that I have met in the past and then meet a lot of new folks too. And I think now is my like goal and date of like Maine and like having this plan. I think like meeting these people, there'll be 1, 2, 3 really awesome people that are going to be great to collaborate with. One person that's from Mexico that does hackathons, and he participates in them all over. And I was like, yo, do you want to help me organize a virtual hackathon? Like, because I need that. It'd be sick. And I think we could do a cool like go of it. And yeah, that's there was a lot of other people that I met that were really interesting and cool. So I sent the magnet out to people after the fact. I tried it with a couple different people, got people in, but like after the fact, I was like, you know what? If you guys want to get this proof of me, this is the link. You're welcome to click it and grab it. And yeah, just starting to play around with that a little bit more. I created a Zalfractal one as well here. So during the virtual ones, I forgot to send it out yesterday, but during these virtual ones, we're gonna start playing around with Magnetic more, creating the emails, getting that opportunity, and just like diving in to all the tools that
Love it.
are there.
So many souls. Why is everybody just now coming in? Did you just put out a noti? Did it push? Did it push a noti? Let me know. Just kidding. I see in the building, Malik in the building, Sold in the building.
Did I see through? I want to have a conversation. I want to hear. I just need to pop in on the Onaji Saturdays because
Hey,
like I would love to know more of your thoughts on AI because just like this whole, yeah, I just want to. While everyone's like saying like AI is like at its next level, I'm curious to see what your thoughts are on just like the last 3-4 weeks and like the growth we've seen through different tools that have come out and just like where you kind of see this now ability for non-technical individuals to start leveraging code in a way that hasn't been possible before. But yeah, definitely curious more on your thoughts, how things are going. But I think we're about to end it here soon.
shout out to my guy. He's been on my helmet, man. He wants to see.
Nothing
me,
new
build
as
some
far
cool
as
stuff.
ability. Yeah, that's what I feel like. It looks like it's more just like the viral thing of because like I said, the Eliza OS, it like the conversation, hearing him speak was just really interesting, and I was interested a lot in Eliza OS before, and now hearing him speak and hearing him think like he basically said like blockchain right now is for the traders and like he's not about it. So like if you don't like it like me, then like just build your whole everything. So and he thinks like that's more possible now with the tools. So it's just he was basically like come help me build this, like whether it's me, you, whatever we're building together, because in the end of the day, everyone's just gonna have their AI agents sourcing through everyone else's code, copying that, and then vice versa. So it was just like that part was a really interesting idea and concept. But yeah, I love to hear.
Nah, IC3
hear
is
IC3
going
code.
crazy. He's sharing tech tools and stuff in the
Where do
Discord,
I
but
just the Onaji Discord? Where do I see more of the IC through?
oh no, your Discord. That's where he hides at.
That's where he hides at.
W man.
I need to start looking through not just the general chat.
Oh yeah, we're in the tech channel going crazy.
Okay. Where is this tech channel? Tech squad? Oh shit.
Yeah.
See, this is the issue with Discord.
No,
At the
ain't
end
no
of the day,
issue.
there's so many.
You just busy.
No, there's so many, bro. In just
just
your
kidding.
channel, there's so many.
Yeah, I know.
And like
Well,
yours are
think
active
about it.
and have been active. No, I know. I agreed all that. I'm saying like now anyone else's, it's just like always. I just wish there was a better way to organize this. That's all.
We're gonna eventually purge some more channels. Like, we actually did a.
I'm doing that
just a
right
while
now
back.
because I'm just gonna
In
fucking
the
put
zones?
everything in.
In the Zows.
Yeah, because I made a Zalfractal bot as well with Eliza OS at the end of the day with Cloud Code. That was the third thing I built.
He said, "Well, the bots are now scraping the Discord."
Exactly. Well, that's what I want to do. I throw stuff up in the Discord. Okay, so I'm gonna keep the. Let me see if I can turn on my noties for this channel.
There you go. Heck yeah. Now he's got his lobster going crazy. He said he had to
Okay. So you are a person I need to talk to about like if I want to do Claude Code, right? Like where you can put in a custom API key, and I would like to use a open source model? A, what potentially is the best open source model? And B, like, how do you get an API key for like an open source model? What are ways that you can do that, if that makes sense?
He said, "Are y'all done? I can jump on now."
Oh, fuck yeah. Shit. Okay, well, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Definitely want to, but I need to check. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna jump on now, I want to hear from the right from the source. Like, that's the one thing I don't like about Twitch. Like, my way of communicating, I would prefer to see the person A, but then be like, I feel as though like audio to audio is like I'm much more compatible at that stage than audio to text. But I guess, like you said, is thing you practice, right?
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
He has the link, right?
Chats. Oh yeah, of course.
Well, let's do it.
Same one. Unless you
Give me
need to
1
send
sec. I'll be
that
right
QI.
back.
I got you.
But yeah, no, I want to essentially. So I created the Discord bot so that now it adds a couple things during the pre part, and now I just need to add in a couple more things, and I think I can make everything native Discord, which would be really cool.
Sick.
And yeah, then I made an Eliza bot for the Zabal. So you're in the Zabal Discord, right?
Yep, I'm in there. Is that the so? Which one do you need me to check for the wallet, the Collabland, or are you using Collabland or something else?
Don't worry. Oh no, I just tossed my back end into it, and just like it has a file. So like
Cool.
it's just like off chain for that.
In the Zabal or in the
In the
other
Zao. That's in the Zao
In the Zao,
Discord
okay.
also, by the way.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what do you need? So what do you need me to do?
No, just saying I started building one in the Zabal Discord to like A, have a price thing because that's like the most basic one that you can do. But then B, like you can do dash recap now, and it'll recap the 24 hours of Farcaster and a little bit more. But let me real quick start it because I don't think it's up.
Do you have Spotify Premium? I hate Spotify. Boo, Spotify, boo, tomatoes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not a Spotify.
I don't pay for Spotify
fan.
Premium.
I don't use
That's
free
my
Spotify
answer.
either.
Well,
Boo,
no, that I
Spotify.
don't use free Spotify either.
Boo.
I use it for my podcast, right?
My
like
guy in
mostly.
the building.
But
What do you use for music?
Oh,
Apple,
M3.
Tidal, anything else? Literally anything else.
M3.
Spotify pays artists the least amount of money out of all the platforms. So, yeah, it's all good though. All right, let's get I in the building. Spotify has ice ads. See,
Damn.
bruh. Yeah, it's a lot going on. Hey, Ms. V in the building. Good to see you, family.
That's
All right, my
crazy.
guy. What's the word? How you
What's
doing,
up, fam?
What's good? What's good? What's going on, Zal?
Dude, it's good to hear from you. Definitely excited to hear like what you think on all these like crazy things that are coming up. Like AI was like one of the biggest topics of conversation in Boulder. So just kind of curious to see like where you land on things and how everything's going.
I mean, I think that the open claw bot, whatever, that has kind of turned people on to an option they didn't really have before, and that was having an agent that belongs to you, that is on your computer or your server, that you can kind of tweak it, control the settings, and it works for you 24/7. And you can control what kind of powers it as far as the models you use, whether that's local, depends on your equipment. Like all of that, no one has presented that in that package yet in a way that was like kind of fully featured and able to connect with so many different things out of the box. That by itself was possible in an ad hoc way for people to kind of put together on their own. But now you've seen also a lot of them come through that, not copycats, but like making their own versions of it. So there's, Nano Claw, Zero Claw, there's a bunch of different ones. And I think that really the one that kind of got the attention first is going to hold the attention. OpenAI has gotten a hold of it now. It's really kind of theirs, but they're going to keep it open. I think that it's not so much a shift in the capability, it's a shift in the way people understand how to use it. And that's always been the barrier. people's imagination for it, what to do with it, what they can ask it, how to ask it. Like, so this is just a move in that trajectory of like, okay, wait, I actually understand how I can use this now.
That's valid. That makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, in general sense, like it's not a huge shift of capabilities. I think if you've been playing with it like I have, it's not new so much as it's just a good package. So even for me, like I would not have to put all of those separate pieces together, even though I knew I could. I wasn't doing that. Now somebody already did it, so I'm, having fun with it and playing with it. It's not perfect. You may see a lot of people trying to figure out ways to make the memory part of it better. There's been a very recent upgrade in the past couple of days to have an experimental system called QMD, like Quiz, Michael, David, QMD. It's, everything is kind of based around the markdown text files. That's where your identity doc is, your agent doc, your tools doc, everything is a text markdown doc. So the QMD system is much more efficient at scanning through that, and it can find something you said 2 weeks ago much better than the other system. So if you've been having problems with it forgetting things, if you upgrade and turn on the QMD, it should have a better flow. But yeah, outside of that, it's really, to me, it's just a difference in the way that people have to interface with it. It's not just chat. It can actually do things for you on your machine. Go out and search the internet. You can give it a task and come back, and it'll, 3 days later, and it has done a bunch of stuff. Like I set mine up to basically has its own GitHub repo, and it has daydreams basically, and it daydreams in P5.js, which is like a graphical coding language, and it creates P5.js sketches on its own. I had to give it the criteria to have a daydream because it's not real, so it doesn't really have them. So I had to kind of create the schema for it, and I had to set an alarm so it would wake up every 2 hours and make the things. So it's not doing it by itself, but this is an example of like fun things I'm doing with it. But I can't say I'm doing anything that's like mind blowing. I'm not starting a Fortune 500 company with my bot.
Yeah.
I'm not playing
So
the market.
what is mind blowing to you then right now? Like, what are the tools that Onaji and I should be playing with to be like ready to share things that can be usable and are like at that cutting edge then of ways we can use this?
I think things related to agents and agentic tasks are probably a good place to be, which is where OpenClaw is. That's where a lot of this stuff is really going to go. The natural trajectory of it is for it to become more of an agent and sub-agent situation where it's deploying smaller models or smaller versions of itself to go do things, and everything won't be just this one-to-one conversation in the chat interface. There's all kinds of things coming up with dynamic user interfaces where the AI is going to, like apps as we know them won't necessarily be the same when you have something that can generate the user interface as you're talking to it. So it can create a button for you to push just by kind of going through the conversation with you and saying, okay, the user wants to do this. Let me create this screen and it can do that for you now. So everything around agents and tools for agents, memory for agents, all of that stuff is probably a good place to sit right now. And it's not, you don't have to get too deep in like the math of it all or the algorithms of everything to be able to understand agentic stuff. It's really a good way where you're kind of putting them in the role of people, as opposed to what I believe is the bad way, where you pretend they are actually people and you use them as like your friend or your therapist. I don't really co-sign that, but but when you can kind of treat them like, I don't want to say workers, but workers, because you shouldn't feel bad for using them like workers. They're not people, it's software.
Yeah, no, I mean it's just more automations layered, right? So no, I like that like comparison right there is like you should use them like workers. One of the things that I heard that was like another good piece of like a tidbit of information that I really liked was the fact that someone said, you know, it's never been a better time to be a solo developer, and it's never been a worse time to be a entry level developer and it's never been a better time to be a solo entrepreneur. Those are kind of the same people, but just with a different mindset. And I think with that solo entrepreneur mindset, you could definitely leverage some of these tools in such a way that in the past, everyone who's had to do those tasks have needed to have added overhead of individual people and the ability to use agentic AI in different programming can be a huge level up in the cost of that and leveling that up and potentially scaling that same workflow.
I think that there's a lot of people who are immediately drawn to the coding aspect of it because it feels like magic. Because when you don't really know how to code, to see that it can make these
Yeah.
things that you could never make on your own and that you would have to pay all kinds of money to somebody else, it feels like magic.
Right.
It's nothing. That's a good thing. I think that my only advice when it comes to that is to exercise patience and not kind of look at it for it to be the like instant quick fix to something. It can do a lot of things very well. Something really basic, like you want a to-do list app, sure, it can make that. But most people, you know, if you're trying to make something that you think is going to make you money or, you know, create a business for you, it's probably going to be more complicated than those easy examples that everybody is always showing you
Right.
to make you feel like you can do this magic too. I would say that there's nothing wrong with being drawn to the coding side of it. I think that you should, if you don't know how to code, you should probably take some time and like really get into the conversation with the AI about what you're trying to do. What does this mean? When it presents you with a plan, ask it, are there other options besides the plan it presented you with? What are the comparisons between the different plans that it gives you? Like really flesh it out, like really go through, you know, the motions with this thing, because you don't really know what you're doing if you're not a coder. So it can be really easy to just kind of expect immediate gratification and get frustrated when you're not getting it. So that's my only advice. If you're really drawn to the coding side, it's not necessarily going to be a quick thing for you. Some of these people that are really seeing success, like the guy who made OpenClaw, like he's a developer. He works in this. He's made other things. None of those other things had this kind of success like this. So you can't really
Is it
expect. Go ahead.
Is it a classic case of right place, right time though? For
I
him
mean, a lot of
specifically?
things are, right?
Right. Shout out to Soul in the
It
chat.
is
I think,
definitely going to lower the IQ for future generations.
I
That
mean,
one's going to be, it'll be just a different
So-
style of thinking, like in total.
so yeah. So my biggest question with all this, and you know, I got the gurus here, and I echo what Soul is saying in the chat a lot. Like you know, he's asking us like, what do we think about some of these AI VTubers and things like that, and it's just like strictly full content, all made by AI. And for me, like, I love human generated content. I love human generated art. I love humans, period. You know what I mean? I love making art myself. So my biggest question is like, IC and Z, what do humans do after we're not doing the work? And I think that's the tricky part for everybody involved, billionaires to whoever, to people who aren't using it, to old heads to young heads, is like, what are humans going to do when we're having these conversations talking about, you know, use the bots as workers? Well, currently the humans are workers. So that's like a whole psychology shift that we are not really equipped to deal with yet. Some people are going to take advantage of it, of course, as the tool it is. Other people are just going to be late to the party, you know, or not change at all and unfortunately die off with, you know, not changing tech. So I mean, like, what do humans do? I'm
Humans
feeling
will
very like
do
Wally in this.
humans will do the same things they've always done. I don't think that changes anything. I think that we are ignoring that we are already in a bit of a false reality of kind of a filtered lens reality that we've created through our use of social media before we've gotten into AI. We already have
Talk about it.
like a world where we don't all kind of acknowledge the same things as real or have the same experiences together and acknowledge that we're having them. Like it's a lot of weird dissonance already. And I think there's a lot of noise coming from AI companies, AI influencers about AI taking all these jobs.
Right.
They have a dog in the fight. They have, either they get money from just having that conversation or they're selling AI, so they want that to be true. But the actual truth is it's a non-deterministic software. You can't, what that means is you can't make it give you the same output every time. And because
Okay.
of that, it can't be reliable in many situations where we have become accustomed to there's human error, but there's consequences for the human. There's incentive for the human. There's incentives for the
Right.
human. None of that works for something that is a little bit of a black box in terms of you know how it works, but you don't always know what it's going to do or say. So I
But
think
as
we're a bit away from that reality that people are trying to push on us in these conversations. So I think by the time we get there, it'll take some time. It won't happen overnight. There'll be certain jobs that go first. There'll be other
Mhm.
jobs that actually are created as a result of it because there'll be new technologies that come into play. There's all kinds of
Right.
things we can't anticipate. So I wouldn't be too doom and gloom about it. I would just acknowledge that a lot of the noise that's coming at us about that, consider who it's coming from.
Right. I mean, now with that though, you're saying we can't get the same output from these bots. It's going to change every time. But you're saying the beauty of this innovation is that we're going to have bots that are changing the UI, changing the apps in real time as we're talking to them, using them. Isn't that like, doesn't that help in that flow? Like we're already going to the pace of where we don't want things to be static and the same and rigid. We want it to be fully customizable for everybody at any time, whatever you need in that moment. Like that's the beauty of it. Like we've never had a place in tech to be able to do that. So I mean, isn't that kind of the goal?
Well, I think there are certain jobs that will definitely be impacted more than others. And I think things
Hmm.
that have to do with code will definitely be impacted when you have something that is code that can make itself or make other things better or faster than people can. Where a
Yeah.
human being comes into play is discernment, uh, taste, choice, preference. Like none of that
And
can come
I,
from the AI. So the human still has to be involved in it. Otherwise, it has no reason to make anything in the first place. So
yeah.
it is a tool. It is a tool that will make certain types of work outdated, but that is not the first time that's happened in our society or in our
Facts.
history. There are other jobs that people did that they no longer do. It didn't stop work, unfortunately, because we all still have to do that. So, so I don't believe the AI is going to stop it either. Um, Capitalism requires an underclass workforce. For people to be rich, they have to be working class people. So unless the rich people don't want to be rich anymore, I don't see them not having work for other people to do for them.
Mm, I love it. Jazz in the building. It's good to see you. What's the word? Start following you, Rated Gangy. That's love. I appreciate you coming through. We started up this little second little B and Z build. Yeah, catching up with my guy Z after his goated weekend, cooking up in Colorado, big dev stuff. So yeah, this is a little nerdy time. I love it. We got my guy through the guru, I see through OG, the Neo Nazi fan. Let's talk in AI and all that good stuff too. So appreciate you.
So
This
Zol, is
one
there
AI went
anything
rogue and
specific that you are trying to do with your bot that you're having an issue with, or anything specific you had a question about as far as setting it up or using it?
Um, how for a Claude bot, if I was to build one on my own and want to like add security features, like, or just be more safe, what are things that you would recommend, or things that a person that's less technical wouldn't necessarily think of off rip? Some things like, whether it's having it on a server or a completely new fresh laptop, is I know one of them, but I know there's a lot of different things that you can do to add extra security practice. I know you can't probably eliminate everything, but just like things on that front if I wanted to spin one up. And then if I want to spin one up that I can use for free, like infinite credits wise, and use something that's open source model, it would be great to learn how to be able to use that.
Cool. Great questions. In terms of I'll tackle the last one first because it's shorter. The open source aspect of it is a bit more challenging. I think that you're going to require, if you want to run it locally on device, you're going to require a certain level of machinery that can run a certain level of model. The reason I say that is not just that some of the models that are smaller are maybe not as intelligent. There are some that are smaller that can handle, what the bots are trying to do. They're not necessarily the smartest coding models, but they can handle, following instructions. They can do basic things that you would want to do for the most part. The problem is every language model has a certain amount of space that it takes up just to exist in an operating system, in the RAM, so to speak. And what the unseen cost is what's called the context window, which is the amount of tokens or characters that it's processing, either the length of like the prompt that you give it, the response that it's putting back out, all those tokens, there's a limit that it hits. And when you're running all that through the cloud, you can run it to the limit of the model as far as it can go, because they let you do that. When you're running it on your own machine,
I see, that's valid.
That context window, you have to provide that. So, good example, OpenAI has an open source model, GPT OS 20B, 20 billion model. You can run it on a 16 gigabyte machine. So if you have a MacBook Air with 16 gigabytes, you can run it. Yeah, you can run it. It'll run it. It'll even be a little snappy. It won't be too slow. The problem is you would need more RAM to create the buffer for that context window.
Yeah.
So when it comes to agentic things, that it takes a lot of context window for all those, tool calls that send it back and forth that you're not seeing. So that's the wall that people are hitting with the open source model. So honestly, you would really have to have something like a Mac Studio with a lot of RAM. Yeah. So that's the barrier that we're at. As the models are getting more capable on the smaller side of things, and the machines are, I guess more available for cheaper that you can run at home, some of that will equalize. So yeah, that's your barrier to doing it. But you can do it. It's just expensive. So it's either expensive where you're paying somebody in the cloud, or you're paying for the machine to do it yourself. Now the security part of it, I installed both versions of it. I put it on the Mac Mini. I also put it on the VPS server in the cloud. As far as security is concerned, you can set both of them up in a way that they're not open for other people to come in and like tamper with your bot. That's not really, if you install it with the default settings, it will be set up that way, where the only way you can talk to it is the way you configure, like through the Telegram or Discord or WhatsApp or whatever you're using to talk to it. Really, the threat is what you connect this bot to while it has access to the things you've given it access to. That's where the threat comes in. So really, the security threat is the person that owns it and what you are doing with it, not the bot itself. So my advice is don't really give it certain things, and you don't have to worry about it. It's never going to be connected to my bank account. It's never going to be connected to any medical records of mine. It's never going to see those things. So I'm never going to be at risk for that. It's not on a machine that has those things on it. It doesn't connect to any accounts that has those things. So I'm not concerned about any of that. If somebody somehow sends some prompt to it and it gets confused and starts wanting to, share all my secrets, it doesn't really have any secrets.
Yeah, gotcha.
So
Right.
to me, that's how you protect yourself, no matter how you're using it, is you don't give it access to things you don't want it to share with other people or tamper with. I know the desire to want it to like, oh, look through all my medical records and tell me everything about my body is really tempting for a lot of people. I just wouldn't do that.
That's fair. I like that. Well said. I do have to rock out here. But I'm glad you popped in.
I see the goat. We're gonna talk
Because like
more.
there's so
I see
yeah,
on,
like
uh,
I'm gonna start
Saturday.
being more active in that channel so that I can ask questions.
Sure,
And,
you're not-
huh?
Sure.
I
you're
turned
gonna
on my notifications for it.
Okay, Dubs.
So it's different now.
Dubs. I love it.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, I don't necessarily just sitting there. I'll pop in a couple of times a day. If I see something, I see something. So I would say do the same. Just kind of pop in there once in a while. And if you got a question, throw it out there.
Sick. I love it. I'm excited. Sold, it was nice to meet you. Let me know when we're doing this Among Us thing. Pop in the Onaji Discord if you wanna vibe out and just add me there.
Cool.
Oh,
All right.
except
Z.
my Discord.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can close up shop. I gotta jump as well too.
Okay.
I see. It's always a good time, man. I need to. I don't know. I like. For me, I'm more like attracted to like just the vibe coding or the prompt coding or whatever part, and not so much like my lobster doing all of my work for me. Because right now, I'll be honest,
Mhm.
I don't really have that much work to do. I should.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
Oh, don't feel bad, because I kind of struggled at the same time. Like I didn't have a lot of things that I really would even want it to do for me. So
Right.
I found myself like trying to come up with things for it to do. I'm like, this is silly. I'm trying to create a problem for it to solve. So
Right.
I really just kind of had to sit back and I actually like let it. I copy some stuff over from my Notion and let it get more of a sense of the type of things I'm interested in, and then I just basically let it make suggestions to me for things that it could go and do by itself, and I'm approving those things. And after a while, you kind of get an idea of what it can do, what you can trust it to do. Now I've really figured out a rhythm, and this is actually will be very helpful to you and anybody that's listening. If you want this thing to be autonomous and like go do something on its own, you can have it do it. You just have to kind of give it some loose parameters, make sure it understands that you don't want it to bother you about certain things. Like tell it what things it can do by itself. Don't leave room for it to guess. And then what you do is you tell it to set a schedule. They call it cron jobs, but those basically are like reminders that it can set for the system. You make it set reminders to wake itself up, whatever the interval is you want, like once a day, once every 3 hours, and wake up and like get back into that task mode. Otherwise, it won't. It'll just sit there in passive mode. So you basically have to set a reminder schedule for it to wake up and do the thing. But all you got to do is give it the parameters and set up the schedule, and it can be autonomous. Like mine is right now. I gave it 2 articles about some AI stuff I didn't understand. It explained it to me, and then it suggested like, oh, well, there's something that could be, people could find interesting if you mix this together. I'm like, you know what? Go for it. You figure it out. Do some experiments. Do your own tests. Set up a GitHub repo. Wake yourself up every 3 hours. Check your progress, and blah blah blah. And it's going to town. I don't even know what it's doing.
I love it. Thank you. I appreciate that. I see through.
All right, Z, you hopping off?
I
Slick
want to
came
give
in
you a
the
shout
building.
out. I need to clip up you gave a great explanation of fractals this morning. I'm gonna clip
Was
that
that
up
cool?
and post
I thought I was
Dude, you
struggling.
kicked. No, you killed it. It was perfect.
Sick.
Because like it needs to be casual on that layer, and I think you did a good job of explaining what it is and leaving it casual. So yeah.
I think last question. I think like for me, it's just so weird seeing something like seeing like a terminal open or whatever, and it's really in like I get scared of like just the terminal. You know what I'm saying? And so like, am I supposed to just leave it up and running and connected on my computer the whole time? Like that's normal. Like that's what
No,
we
no,
doing?
you can close the terminal. So what the bot is doing is it creates like a background service that's running
Right.
on the machine. So as long as the machine is up, it should be running. If you have to reboot or something, like you might have to restart it, and that's just like OpenClaw gateway restart. You type that in, it restarts
Right.
the gateway. You can close the
Yeah.
terminal. You don't have to look at it ever again.
No, you're on Mac, aren't you?
Yeah.
I haven't done it on Mac yet. It's so okay.
Well, there might be some differences for Windows. I don't know them. I don't plan to learn them either.
Wow, not shots fired. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, it's cool. So it's like, it's just
Okay,
weird.
I'm gonna rock out, but
All right, G, good to see you.
I am on my desktop, which is a Windows computer, but I am
Okay, cool.
also on my Mac. So playing around
Cool,
both.
cool, I like it.
It's kind of a bitch sometimes because I want to do the same thing and it just doesn't do it.
AI
But-
stuff, do it on the Mac, Zolf.
Okay, sick. That's what I have been doing
That
anyways.
bro's
So
locked in for sure.
yeah, no, I mean I need to
Alright,
upgrade
dude.
my desktop. It's the first one I ever built, and yeah, I don't really want to do that again. So like we'll probably upgrade it with a couple small things and continue to use the Macs as the main users, because like what I use my desktop for is I'll remote into it a bunch with my laptop, which is great.
There you
So,
go.
yeah.
Cool. All right, y'all. We're gonna hop out of here. We're gonna see you on Saturday morning. Z, we'll see you Saturday morning too as well.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be in the
So-
chat.
All right, sounds good.
Heck yeah. All right, y'all. So we'll be back. We'll do some more AI tech talk and all that good stuff. Onaji U Saturdays, our longest running segment. Saturdays 10 a.m. PST.
you
So we'll
go.
be back this weekend. But we'll be back. Daily live streams, usually around 10 a.m. as well too. But hey, we've been rocking these. Me and Z, we're gonna have to sit back down again. IC3 when we pop back in. Let's rock it. So shout out to y'all chat for coming through and showing love. I hope it's valuable. We do need to get some a little lo-fi music in the background. That'd be kind of goated. We'll elevate this thing. So shout out to y'all. See you later. See you later, Brian. All right, so see you later, Ryan. That was you, right? Dubs, chat. WZ, you to go. WIC3, you to go. You guys tapping with them, man. Come to the Onaji Cord. We're all in there. We're hanging out and all that good stuff. But we're Onaji everywhere on all the platforms. OHNAHJI. Tapping with us. If you guys have any questions, dabble into this emerging tech side. I know sold. It's bad for the planet. I know. I like human made content and all that good stuff as well too. But this is the way tech is going, man. So we gotta dabble in it and
Human
learn it.
beings are worse for the planet than AI will ever be.
That's true. We made the AI, but yeah. All right, y'all. W stream. Y'all goated. Let's get up out of here. Peace. Have a good rest of the night.